Yo, what's good? It's your boy Adrian. I'm here with Rage. Russell Westbrook is going to the Nuggets. Does this help the Nuggets go to the chip again? We'll talk about it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. You're now tuning into Hoops World.
Hoops World.
We played that I want to kill everything in front of me. So
670.
we did it!
I hit the streets just to get a bag. I'll pack, he got toe tagged. I punched the nigga for shorty. I'm John Woo with the 40. You not gang nor the homie. Don't bro me, no, you don't know me. Gang shit, members only. You wasn't there, I was lonely. You wasn't there, I was lonely. Dog nights, blicky on me. I was just stacking my commas up. Head down, trying to run it up. These niggas be
Yeah, man. So Russell Westbrook, guys, man. So let me read the report. We got the report. The LA Clippers and the Utah Jazz have officially completed their sign and trade deal that sends Chris Dunn to Los Angeles in exchange for Russell Westbrook, the draft rights to Balsa Koprivic, and a second-round pick swap and cash considerations. Westbrook will be bought out by Utah before signing with the Denver Nuggets. So I think Russell cleared waivers. Clippers get Chris Dunn. So I'm sorry, they sending guard Chris Dunn to the Clippers. Yeah, Clippers get Chris Dunn. So man, this move was very, very interesting. We heard the rumors early on, but we weren't sure the Nuggets were going to do it, but they actually did it. So what were your thoughts? We're going to get to the Clippers at the end of the video, but what are your first thoughts on the Nuggets getting Russell Westbrook, bro?
Well, it was like, okay, well, we knew that they, outside of when there was no Jamal Murray and there was nobody to really orchestrate the offense at all.
Yeah.
And so, Russell Westbrook obviously was like, okay, nice little piece, but he got moved again. Well, we talked about, to the Nuggets, we learned eventually later that, he was going there.
Yeah.
But he was traded to the Jazz. But in terms of everything, you're just like, the Clippers. We look at the Clippers still, and it's like they get Chris Dunn, but anything to like, it's just weird. What are they doing now?
Yeah.
What's Chris Dunn gonna do for them? What are they
It's
really
just a
going
weird.
to
It wasn't like when I
out of
first saw the trade, I was like, this is a
Like, it's like, okay, like,
yeah, this is
okay,
nasty,
like,
nasty trade for the Clippers. But for the Nuggets standpoint, I agree with you. Like they really needed some. First of all, what I noticed the Nuggets needed, because they could have won this Minnesota Timberwolves series. It was literally like that close. They were up in Game 7. Things were going well, and it just all fell apart. Now they lose KCP, and they lose like all these guys. I mean, Christian Brown's going to start now. I guess that's going to be a very interesting way, because we looked outside of the Nuggets starting five, they had trouble. Their bench was an issue. Their depth was an issue. And now you take away KCP, it's like, how does it all gel together? But what they needed, to me, they didn't have nobody that was athletic and go downhill to create rim pressure, because MPJ is basically like a standstill shooter. Well, like he's a movement shooter guy, but he's just a coming off screen shooting guy. Jokic is going to play make, that. Jamal Murray, he's going to try to get you buckets on the outside, hit some nice tough shot. He's like a tough shot maker, but he's not really that athletic enough to constantly go drive downhill and create opportunities for like MPJ on the wing, Aaron Gordon, because Aaron Gordon was shooting crazy too for a period of time. So give these guys open looks from three. So I think where Russ helps is him coming off the bench and instantly creating rim pressure, because he's still a blur sometimes down. Look at these Clipper highlights. He's still a blur, bro. He still be going really at 100 miles per hour downhill, and he'll create. What Russ is good at is really creating rim pressure, because every time he goes downhill, you see a whole bunch of crowding, and then he's good at finding guys in the open corner. And what was his stats though last year, bro?
So this past year, played 68 games, 11.1 points per game, 5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, shot 45.4% from the field, 27.3% from three, 68.8% from the line.
Yes.
So just a kind of chill season, came off the bench, of course. Be
Yeah.
another season like that. Just a little, just some solid backup point guard action from Russ. Obviously we know the we know the efficiency. We know that, and we know that he goes sometimes, but just a 30, it's just an age 35 season for Westbrook at this point.
Yeah.
Just
He's a
kinda
journeyman,
being that
bro. He's a
backup.
journeyman.
Yeah,
Bro.
six team now. He's now on a 16.
Six teams in a row. That's insane, bro. Like you think about all the teams, just like the fact that they were going crazy on NBA Twitter, and we're like, The Utah waived him again. This is the second time the Utah Jazz waived him. Like Russ has been to the
Yeah,
Utah Jazz like twice and waived twice. Like he's just a dumping spot, bro, player, yo. But I was gonna ask you, what do you think for the Nuggets? Do you start Christian Brown or do you start Russell Westbrook? This is kind of like the dilemma they're in because I'm like, to me, I think you have to put Russell Westbrook on the bench because you need at least a guy that's gonna hit the three somewhat consistently. Now that you lost KCP, you lost a ton of shooting. You need somebody that's gonna hit the three. Who would you start though in your case though?
so you would I think Russ coming off the bench is a given because
Mm,
it's the offenses becomes a problem when Jamal Murray is not on the court and
mm,
is obviously like not really either or not like because at that point when Jamal Murray is off the court, they have no guard that's going to control the offense. They don't.
yeah,
So it's like, with Russ coming off the bench, there's Jamal Murray. If Jamal Murray's not in the game, you got Russ. You got somebody that will, create rim pressure and we know what his role is now. He's not going to be playing 30, 33, 30, 35 minutes a game.
yeah.
You know, it's just not what we're going to get. But
Christian, yeah, because
he
people are
would
gonna say like,
be a solid backup player. You don't want to run him out of the ground. You don't want to run him to the ground,
yeah,
but it's just a little like
because people are gonna say like technically Westbrook is better than Christian Braun right now. Like he's a better player right now than Christian Braun. But with the Nuggets, we've seen where they play more of a team running off a lot of Jokic screens. Like they're very team oriented, fit, 2-man with Jamal and Jokic. Like they're very team oriented. So it's not really about like, um, oh, the best player got to be out there on the starting lineup for them. It's basically about matchups and who fits well around Jokic and Murray. Because and Russ is going to be great off the bench, I think, for them. But in my opinion, I still think they're going to be really, really held back. Like although Russ is going to get his 10, he might average 10 or what do you average 11 this year? He might average
yeah,
11 and 5.
11.
11, I'll say he'll average 11 and 8 assists. That's my guess. 11 and I think his assists are going to go way up. So maybe like 11 and 8 off the bench. Still, it'll still be a problem because he's not, like I said, he does a lot of turnovers. Like every good thing he does, it's like there's a crazy stupid turnover. That's why like Laker fans hated Russ so much, and Clippers fans had issues with him sometimes. Like every team that Russ leaves, it's like the team hates him so much. Like they just hate, except for OKC. Obviously, that was his like bright spot of his career, and maybe Houston kind of did hate him too. But every team hates him on the way out because he just plays 100% miles per hour, and like he's not a good like decision maker, bro. And he just plays like I love that he plays angry and he plays like it's his last possession every game. I love that. You
Like a
love that from
dog.
a
He
player.
tries to play like a dog.
Yeah, he plays like a dog. He hustles, but it's like there's some games you got to be poised. Some games you got to think smart, slow it down, and Russ be just 100 miles per hour turnover or a bad shot, bad 3-point shot. It's just like some games you're like, oh my god, what am I watching here? And I think that's going to be the issue for the Nuggets because the Nuggets are so like poised and sharp as a team. Like their execution is always like sharp, and I think Russ is going to like disrupt that to me. I don't know. It just feels like it's going to be a rocky road for Russ, but we'll see. We'll see if Jokic and Jamal Murray, they'll see if they can. I don't think this is the needle moving move. Like, where do you place them before we get be into the Clippers? Where do you place the Nuggets right now, bro, with this move?
Think the Nuggets will still sit at a top 5 seed. I don't know necessarily where I'd place them right now. Losing KCP hurts, and I guess maybe there's still more stuff that
Yeah,
can be done, but obviously with like the way the whole like CBA is, like they just kind of lost KCP for nothing.
yeah,
There's nothing they can really like. There's only so much they can do about it. They got Russ,
yeah,
but the Nuggets should sit at like a top 5 seed.
yeah. That makes sense. I agree. Now for the Clippers, before we get out of here, the Clippers, the Clippers, the Clippers. This is the downfall. I'm sorry, Clippers fans. This is the beginning of the end because it is looking very, very bad for the Clippers, man. I know they don't. I think I was reading they don't have a pick until they only have their draft capital is basically shredded. I think their only pick that they own is going to be 2030, far, far out. You got Kawhi left. You got James Harden. Basically, Kawhi, James Harden, and a bunch of role guys: KPJ, Derrick Jones Jr., Terrence Mann. So the Clippers are basically one injury away from being just a bunch of role players in Harden, because
Just a
Kawhi
straight
is like,
disappointment of a team,
yeah,
like,
yeah. What do you think? Like, is there a way, if you're a Clippers fan, bro, like put yourself in a Clippers fan position, like, is there a way to pivot out of this? Or do you think the Clippers should hold on? They just got their new arena. Do you think they should just hold on to this team and try to like get a star next year kind of thing? Uh, what do you think like the route is for the Clippers, bro?
I guess you can kinda wait and see it out, like, obviously
Mhm.
now James Harden will be, be their point guard. We'll see how
Yeah,
everything, plays out with how, he if he goes down at all with him, he's still getting older, there's still Kawhi.
yeah.
But you probably kinda just have to play it out. There's still some, they still have some nice role players on their team, like, they added KPJ, they added, Derrick Jones,
Derrick Jones. I think they still got
but
Batum.
they added
That,
Nick Ba they have Nick Batum,
yeah.
Norman yeah, like,
Norman Powell.
they got
Yeah,
added Kai Jones,
yeah,
but, get Chris Dunn again, but it's hard to see the Clippers really doing anything other than them just kinda staying in it because they're desperate. We gotta
yeah,
just wait and see it out and hopefully something happens. Hopefully something happens. Maybe somebody wants to go there for some
yeah.
reason, for whatever odd reason, but you never know.
Yeah, like I said, like they better pray. If you're Clippers fans, I know you're praying because Kawhi. I feel like every season you just gotta bank Kawhi is not gonna play at least 30 games. You just gotta bank that. You gotta put that in the bank. So you really depending on Harden's health, and Kawhi's health. Those two are really crucial because without those two, or it's just one of those two, you just have a team full of role players, and that's not gonna get it done in the West. This West is stacked. Your guys probably with Kawhi healthy, maybe playing or eighth seed at the most. But without Kawhi healthy, this team is going to be probably could be one of the worst teams in the league. It could. I'm not saying it will be, but they could be in the bottom four. It's that one switch and it could be either bottom four in the in the whole league or playing just trying to get to the playoffs with Kawhi like playing it out of his mind, right? So
Still just holding on,
yeah, you're just
trying
holding on
to.
for their life. Clippers fans, I'm so sorry for you, man. Let us know in the comments, Clippers fans, how you guys feel about this move. What do you guys think about Nuggets? Do you think this move does anything for the Nuggets with Westbrook? Let us know in the comments. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Hoops World Zero. Actually, our Twitter is popping too. Follow us on Twitter, Hoops World on Twitter. Appreciate you guys so much. We'll be back.